Okay, let's do the chart review for 5/22/2019. This is technical analysis of the ES, micro ES, and I've put up my trading results for the day. This was trading the micro ES. Made a total of 12 trades, all of them good today. Total of 58.75. If this was the regular ES and not the micro ES, it would have been $587.50. You can look and I took all long trades today. I've got quite a record going this week. I did look back, and right at this point I'm at 28 successful trades in a row, 100%. So just to kind of, before you click away, there is something to learn here if you start to kind of pay attention to what I'm trying to teach about volume. And I actually have I think 3 more trades back on Friday, so I would actually have 30 in a row successful trades, but I did lose some on Friday, so that's where it ends today. Looking at the weekly chart here, still in a doji, not much has changed, so won't spend too much time talking about it. On the daily chart, pretty much an inside bar of this green bar. We tested down. I had pointed out this area in the early morning video, the 2840, I think I called it 47 area. Got a bounce off of that. We basically traded back up across and testing the top of this high volume node again. Didn't come close to any of the ranges. Stayed pretty much above the halfway mark of the swing here. Not a lot to say today. As far as the daily, I don't think there's a whole lot to hear on the 240. You can definitely see that we came down, traded right into this line that I had drawn. Basically the top of this volume node. I was actually looking for it to hit a little bit lower. This node looked like fantastic right here, but never quite made it. Traded all the way back up across the node. 60-minute. Again, it's pretty much the same story here. We opened right in here. So kind of got the trade down right into this volume node, got the bounce back up. You can see this big volume node right here across the top of this, and that's basically what we traded into, and pretty much held after there was like one big spike up during the day, and after that pretty much got stuck on this volume node. So I wanted to do a little bit of some charting with you guys today, and I'm going to kind of spread this out a little bit. Blue line is the opening of the market. Try to make this a little bit bigger. So in the morning I had said, hey, if we break down past this little area, we get a fast move down. And basically, if you want to go back and watch the video and see that piece, we got this fast move down right into the line. It was a perfect touch right there. If I move this over, you can see that we got a nice little bounce right off of the previous line too, but that was pre-market. So just trying to show you, hey, we built a lot of volume right here. This is going to go across and show you on the other side, but when this traded back, I know it's kind of hard to see because it's all hidden behind this, but this came to rest right across the top of this volume, and that's where you got the first bounce. Bounce was okay, came into resistance up here, failed, moved back down, and we basically traded across and tested the bottom of the volume node. Here comes the bounce again, and it finally held and took off. And that's like 90% of what I'm doing is I know that there's going to be a bounce across the top, there's going to be a bounce when it hits the bottom. I want to take the first ones usually when they come, and try and get some ticks or points out of it, depending on how I feel. And there's some other things that kind of say how long you're going to hold it, and other rules that you can have in there. But so we trade back up, we come back down. Here's the top of the volume node. We get a fantastic bounce. This was a great bounce. I don't know what this was or whatever, but unfortunately I had my stop up here, and it blew past my stop so fast. I was like, oh, no time to even move it up or anything. But this was ripping. I mean, this like literally jumped through this level. It was moving so fast. This happened in less than a second, this entire move. You can see down here this huge green candle where somebody just bought in and just moved this entire market. And look, it came right to a line that I already had pre-market and stopped. It traded up a little bit farther, but you can definitely see that was a level. All three candles stopped right there. There was just so much momentum that it continued through a little bit, but I can draw these levels pre-market, and they play out. So, and that's just based off of volume, right? And so market trades down, trades to the top of this, basically where I have my line. We get another bounce. It trades down. And where does it trade to? If you match this up, this bottom, it matches up with the bottom of this node. Well, Kent, how come it didn't go down here to this blue line? Well, it's because the volume node is here. This is where the bulk of the volume is. So it didn't make it all the way back. But here we go. It bounces, comes up, comes into the bulk of the volume, sells off again, right? I'm going to move this guy over. So we get the sell off, comes back down. Where does it come to? Comes again to my blue line that I'd drawn in. These lines are big support and resistance levels. A lot of times I draw these things off of daily charts. I know they're only a couple points apart, but you can see them on the charts. Gets a bounce, comes up. Where's it come into? Comes into the top of this node. There was actually, the bottom of the node is right down here, right where my yellow line is, and that guy actually sold off. So this was a rejection off the bottom right here, where that big stem was. Very weak, but it can continue back up, right? Sells off. Where does it go? We've already chopped through this. It's too soon. Rolls through, falls down, hits this big volume node that is the bottom of this guy over here. Finds support across that and trades up. Notice how it built this cluster right here, and then it took off. Where does it kind of hang up? Right here, right underneath this guy. If we were to, there's like a little yellow line right here, which is the most volume in the candle, and if you see, that's basically the level over here that it got stuck on. This is where the most volume is in that candle, that little yellow line, called the point of control. Weak, comes back down, actually finds, nope, didn't even find support across the line. Bounces, travels up, it's up here in this node right here. Sells off again, and we're building this big old node. We're bouncing between my blue lines here, building this big old node. I think I might have just moved that line. create a big old volume node right here. We finally trade down. Where do we trade to? We trade into my blue line and this original volume node over here. I'm going to start killing some of these things here. We got a double whammy there. We had two levels, or confluence, right? We got a level here. We got a level that it traded on. Back there, we get the bounce. Comes up into this little volume node, rejects, travels across it, basically coming back up, and we build this little volume node. You can see the bottom of this node, it rejected, and then it traveled across, and the top of this node is like right up here, matches up with that, traveled across it, rejects. I know it's boring. I keep on doing this in every video. But this is just the way it works. This is how the market trades, you guys. It's like a 60-40 chance. I say that in a lot of the videos. You have like a 60-40 chance that when it travels to one of these levels that it continues on or it fails, right? You're picking the best locations. Travel down to the bottom, travels up across, gets across to everything, breaks out. You can see that it comes back, tests the blue line, gets support, bounces, travels up a little bit. I'm not sure why it stopped right there. It looks like it's just into the top of this area. Just gradually all sells off, comes back into this node right here. You can see that it tried to bounce right there, just weak. It's just the end of the day. It's 2 o'clock, too much pressure, nothing, boom, 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 over. I hope that helps you guys. I hope you can understand that it's not moving averages, it's not oscillators, it's none of that. It's volume. I've got 28 trades, 28 winning trades in a row. I know how to play this. I'm not trying to be a badass, but people watch these videos, they click away because they don't get it, or I don't know what, but they don't hang out and they're not trying to learn this, but this is the way it works. Symmetry, let's see, I think there was a swing in here early this morning. I think it was this one from here to here. I drew in the first levels, multiplied them. We're looking for 100% range extension, so when this breaks out, it travels all the way up, 100% range extension, falls all the way through, breaks through the level, breaks through the level. Look, perfect extension moves, right? Extension move here, first touch, bounce, first touch, bounce, comes up, hits this level, first touch, off, comes through, comes up, first level, breaks through, didn't make it, didn't save, comes back, first touch, bounce, first touch over here, bounce, first another touch, bounce, goes through the level, comes up, first touch, you can see that it tried to sell off right there. This level comes back, finds support on this level. These are just 100% range extensions is all that we're doing right here. This was the craziness, blows through, kind of ruins everything. I bet if I put another level on here, and just kind of move that up, it lines up over here. This guy almost made it. It's within just a little bit right there. Trading within the levels, comes back down, finds support there, dings it off there, comes back, first bounce here, first bounce there, comes back, finds support there, goes across, almost hits the level, comes back, finds support across it, hits it. I mean, I'm just repeating the same thing. And if I stretch this across, look, this is a perfect lineup with that. And this is just range extensions. This is just 100% range extensions. And I've shown you guys how to draw this several times. But this gives you your targets. This lets you know, don't hold it past that. You know, if you're ripping up or whatever, you got to take into consideration that it's going to stop at the 100% range extension. So keep that in mind. Sorry if I made this video a little bit long. Just wanted to give you a little bit more today. And I will see you guys in the morning. Take care.